Alright, let us continue our lecture on chapter 8, which is on implementing strategies. And now in this chapter, we are going to look into different areas of management, which into different areas of organization, which are marketing, finance, accounting, R&D, as well as MIS issues. So these are some of the things that we are going to discuss in this particular chapter. We're going to talk in with regards to market segmentation, and then this is relating to the finance and accounting part. And then we are going to look at, this is still again in terms of the finance and accounting part. And then we look into the role of R&D, and how MIS can determine the success of strategic implementation efforts. This is just a continuance from what we have already discussed in previous chapter. So when we look into chapter 7, we discuss on the strategic implementation part. Let's say that we have already decided on the strategies that we are going to implement. For example, we are going to do market penetration we are going to increase in terms of the way that we communicate and advertise our products to inform our public. So the next part is on us to discuss on how are we going to implement this. Do we need to have more money? Do we need to have more investment in order for us to cater for this particular cause that we are going to pursue? If yes, in terms of the accounting and finance issues, are we going to borrow the money, or are we going to issue stock in order for us to get more investment capital in order to finance our project? And then in terms of the marketing issues, on how are we going to segment our market with this new advertisement? Are we going to focus on specific market segment, or are we going to focus on how are we going to position our product with regards to this new approach of marketing, for example? So those are the things that we need to discuss. So when it comes to the marketing element of strategic implementation, the first things that organization needs to discuss on is on the marketing issues. How are you going to advertise and make your products more attractive or interactive, to take advantage of the Facebook and Twitter conversation, to use exclusive dealerships or multiple channels of communication distribution, whether or not you guys want to use a heavy light or no TV advertising, or we just want to simply focus on 100% online advertising, and to limit or share business done with single customer, to be a price leader, price follower, to offer a complete or limited warranty, to reward salespeople based on straight salary, commission, or combination. Those things affect when you make a particular decision. And sometimes in the final exam, if we have a final exam, sometimes they might ask you to discuss on what are the current marketing issues nowadays, for 3 or 4 issues. So you need to take on this issue and elaborate more. For example, yes, now we talk about price leader and price follower. There is a difference. If you are becoming a price leader, our production cost is much more expensive, because in order for you to come out with your prototype, it is very expensive. And then if you want to become a price follower, maybe you might lose the element of product loyalty, because most customers would rely or put their trust upon the price leader or the market leader for that particular product. So there is always a pros and cons in terms of which strategy that we are going to pursue. Firms should provide incentive to customers to share their thoughts. Nowadays, yes, we give them a lot of rooms in order for them to communicate. If they don't allow us, we are going to communicate publicly in Submet, in Instagram. We are going to put, now everybody understands in terms of how much damage that Instagram or Facebook can do to a particular business. Internet advertising now is growing, and marketers are more and more allowed to create bigger, more intrusive ads that take up more space on the web page. Recently, I just browsed through my Instagram, and I recently noted that Piu Azman invited any those who makes traditional kuih to send him to send over your sample of the kuih to him so that he can promote. He has lots of followers. Every followers that he has sometimes can go up to one, no, 60,000, 50,000 views, for example. So that's how you market. That's how you can reach your customers uh, in a much faster and speedy way. So you need to be able to use your website. Blogs, many years ago, yes, we use blogs, but nowadays maybe perhaps they just want to have a quick channel, quick method. So maybe advertisement through internet, such as website. No, Instagram and Facebook is much faster. One important element in the marketing that I would like to talk about is market segmentation, and how important is market segmentation. Market segmentation is subdividing of a market into distinct subsets of customers according to needs and buying habits, and widely used in implementing a strategy. When you choose a particular strategy, you need to market your segment. Because of why? Because kalau kita tak market kita punya segment, you are going to deal with a huge criteria of a customer. And sometimes our product is only suited or intended for a particular group of customer. And you need to identify what particular group of customers that might want to buy your product, so that your marketing effort and your marketing channel can be directed towards this particular group. Then only you can ensure a higher chances for you to get more profits and making more money based on your product. So you need to choose your market segmentation carefully. Market segmentation is important because strategies such as market development, product development, market penetration, and diversification require sales through new market and products. That's why you need to have market segmentation. If you choose to have product development, you want to increase the existing product. You want to come up with a better product. So you might want to choose or select different types of market segment for this particular feature. And then if you choose a new market development, you want to go into a new country, you need to identify what sorts of customers, income level, gender that might be relevant to your products in that particular country. Because the users in that particular country might be different from your home users. So that's why market segmentation is important for certain strategies. And then market segmentation allows a firm to operate with limited resources. Yes, we all have limited resources. There is no way that all organizations can do mass production and mass distribution. And due to our limited resources, that's why we need to identify exactly in terms of who are our target customer through market segmentation, so that we can use optimally the available resources in order for us to advertise and market towards specific group of customers for our product. And finally, market segmentation affects all marketing mix variables, which are the product, which are the place, promotion, as well as the price. We look at the basis. These are some of the bases for market segmentation. Sometimes they use based on the geographic region. These are the variables, and then sometimes the demographic. And these are the demographic. Some of the questions that we might want to use in our data collection or on research, for example. Different age groups, they have different purchasing power. That is the effect. And then in terms of different family life cycle, young, single, married, dan sebagainya, that also might affect in terms of our purchasing power as well as income. And this is another segmentation based on social class, psychographic, or we based on behavioral, use of occasion, benefit sorts, and then user status, usage rate, dan sebagainya. And the last question before we end this video: does internet make market segmentation easier? I would say yes, because the segments of people who marketers wants to reach online are much more precisely defined than the segments of people reached through traditional forms of media. And sometimes in the internet, it is much more easier for organizations to market their product because they can segment the customers based on the websites that they are visiting. So that would help you to segment your customers accordingly. And people in essence segment themselves by nature of the websites. Yes, exactly what I said just now. So yes, of course, the internet would make segmentation much more easier. So I will see you again in the next video.